Well, I totally respect Andrea Stella's opinion on that. Again, I've talked to Mark Slade about it, and he's made the point that the cars are much lighter now on the line. They're about 60 kilos lighter, I think, thanks to the absence of the MGUH, the less fuel on board, the lighter wheels and tires, etc. So the cars are pretty light. It's about 500 horsepower of ice going through the rear wheels until they get to, what is it, 50 kilometers an hour, at which point they can start to let the electric side of the power unit come into play. And I'm guessing that what Stella's showing the world is that yes, we're only using ice off the line, but in reality, in reality, we're having to balance that against electric power, which is going to come in, and we want that to be full maximum power at 50 kilometers an hour. And that is a very, very difficult, dangerous balance. Maybe it would have been better to have said the first three laps of the race should only be driven on the ice, something like that. Or the second, do the full lap on ice or something, because what the last thing you need is speed differential, as you correctly say, on the line. And we've all got terrible memories, or I have anyway, of that sort of accident on a starting grid. And it was bad enough anyway with the old start procedures of getting everything right. It was still a big deal to get everything right. And now we're complicating it by a factor of, I don't know what, probably about six or more, maybe 10. And the drivers, uh, there's a lot for them to be doing. And some teams are going to do a better job with their drivers than others. Some drivers are going to have a clearer head. Some teams are going to keep things more simple than others. It's going to be, it's a terrible thing. And yeah, there's nothing about the start that needs to be complicated. It should always be very straightforward. It's to do with reaction time, it's to do with acceleration off the line, it's to do with positioning your car well, with your brain in a nice zone where you're not anticipating anything, you're just reacting to what everybody's doing around you. It's one of the great moments of the Grand Prix. The last thing Formula One needs are cars slow away from the line, speed differential, or worse, some sort of accident at the start. I mean, another thing you could do on the start line, I suppose, is increase the gap between the cars, but it's pretty big now. What is it, 8 meters or something like that? To do that even more it changes the element of the sport then, because it enhances the advantage you have if you've outqualified somebody else. And I don't think fans would want to see those huge gaps. And some circuits you wouldn't be able to do that anyway. Monaco, I mean, if you start increasing the gap between the cars, the back of the grid would be around Rascasse, exit of Rascasse, wouldn't they?